We're moving on to Space Force members will be called Guardians.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of our galaxy. That's right. So, can you tell me more about this?
Yeah, so Mike Pence, of course, it's Mike Pence, giving a speech about the new Space Force, which is only about a year old. Um, I was so surprised that we even had a Space Force. Um, and the reason why this is so funny is because there's um, a TV show called Space Force, and it's so ridiculous the accuracy of how this TV show has predicted what has happened with Space Force. It's pretty much just a huge joke. And so I want to read this one line from this article that just makes me laugh so hard. It says, um, where is it? It's talking about all of the different types of names that they give to soldiers and things like that. And it's like in the army we have soldiers, and in the Air Force we have pilots.
It's
And
the first.
now,
It's the first sentence. The Army has soldiers. The Navy
oh
has
yeah, that's
sailors.
right.
Now, 1 year after its creation, it's official. The Space Force has Guardians.
It's just so ridiculous because it is exactly like this TV show.
Did they call them
Um,
Guardians in the TV show?
I don't think they do. I
No.
can't remember what they call them in the TV show, but the TV show it it's basically a parody of how ridiculous this whole thing is. Um, John Malkovich and Michael
Steve
Scott,
Carell, right?
Steve Carell, yeah. And the first three episodes, super funny. But after that, it kind of dies off. But when I read about this, I just think there are so many other forces that we need right now besides a space force. Well, unless there really are UFOs and aliens. But um, I really wonder how much money has gone into this. And it reminds me of the I Sol U incident in Korea, about how so many people were brought together to try and find this glorious catchphrase for soul, and then they come up with I Soul You, and everyone just laughs in their face. I mean, how many people were probably how long were they working on this name? And then some guy's like, oh yeah, this would be so great, we could name them Guardians because they're gonna guard, you know, the whole world. And I just think it's, yeah.
A little childish, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, first off, if you're going to have people defending the world from an invading alien nation, you would definitely want like a badass name instead of like Guardians, right?
What I'm trying to think. What badass name would you use?
Um, like, let's see.
The
I mean,
Buzzcocks, the Rocket Thrusters,
that's right, the rocket thrusters
or just the
will thrust a rocket right into you.
The Thrusters.
I just think it's funny.
Yeah.
Have you read much about Space Force?
No, I haven't really thought about it at all because I know that it, from what I understand, it was made to combat against like other nations sending missiles and such, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
protecting the space above aerospace about like in the atmosphere and such. But like I think we're seeing nowadays the real danger is online. Like we should be doing a online force to combat like hackers. I mean, the hackers just hacked into, what was it? Where did hackers hack into recently? Like the Fed or something?
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, yeah,
It's
that's the real danger.
yeah, it's out of control. I totally agree with you. Again, I think it's just it's almost a waste of money in my mind, because I know the original purpose sounds great. Let's protect the space around the world so that other nations can't, um, send missiles and things like that. But I think that most countries already have protective measures in place for those type of things. Well, I can't say that. Most first world countries already have those measures in place. But yeah, I think that there are much bigger problems besides creating a space force.
Yeah, I
So
agree.